everyone, this is Sarah Rudolph with Vital Life Physical Therapy and Wellness. I wanted to just give you some tips about how to help you combat stress. I see a lot of patients that have chronic pain, and sometimes people are pretty stressed out. Pain is something difficult to deal with, but we also live in a society that is very fast-paced, and people have stressful jobs, and I find that when people are stressed out a lot, it really affects the way that they are able to manage their pain. Even if you're a person who doesn't have pain, if you are a busy mom with a lot of responsibilities, kids to take care of, working, a lot of times you can feel that you are stressed as well. What do you do if you are stressed out, if your heart is racing? This means that you are constantly in a fight or flight reaction. In other words, your sympathetic nervous system is in overdrive. And unfortunately, what this does is this can decrease our digestion, it causes our heart rate to be increased, and it causes our breathing rate to be increased. Now, that's okay for a short space of time, like if you're in an emergency situation, but it's really not good for our bodies to be in this stressful situation with the sympathetic nervous system turned on for prolonged periods of time, because of course it's important for us to have good digestion, and we don't want to have that heart racing all the time, right? Did you know that just taking a few slower, deeper breaths with longer exhalations can hack your vagus nerve and can combat the sympathetic nervous system and actually help to stimulate your parasympathetic or your rest and digest response? It's actually not that difficult to do. What happens is inhalation causes the heart rate to increase, but when we exhale, the vagus nerve secretes a transmitter which helps to decrease the heart rate via the parasympathetic nervous system. And so taking a few deep breaths with longer exhalations can cause that vagus nerve to secrete that stress-busting juice on demand and help to relax your body and stimulate that rest and digest, or the parasympathetic nervous system response. So why is this important, you may ask? Well, that vagus nerve, which I mentioned, actually is very important. It innervates, it's called the wandering nerve, and it actually innervates a lot of the organs that are very essential for our health and well-being. And when we are constantly stressed, that vagus nerve is inhibited, and so its responses to those organs are diminished, which means that those very important organs may not be functioning optimally at all. And so, for example, if our digestive system is not functioning optimally because of that vagus nerve and ourselves being in a stressful situation, we can have decreased digestion, which can then lead to constipation, which in turn can lead to issues with our pelvic floor muscles, or can put us at risk for pelvic organ prolapse. So that's something that we definitely want to try to avoid, right? A little trick that you can do to stimulate the vagus nerve and your parasympathetic or your rest and digest response is to just increase your inhale to your exhale ratio to 4 seconds of inhaling and 8 seconds of exhaling. So what that does is it gives you a 12-second cycle, and if you do 5 cycles of these in a row, that gives you 1 minute of this kind of breathing, where it can help to stimulate your vagus nerve and your parasympathetic nervous system and help to turn off that sympathetic nervous system. So what you can do is find yourself a comfortable place, or just lean back in your chair if you're at work, and close your eyes, feel into your body, and try to relax your shoulders. As you breathe in for 4 counts, I want you to visualize the diaphragm expanding, so you should feel your belly puffing out a little bit. Relax the back of your eyes, and then exhale for those 8 counts through pursed lips. Pursed lips means kind of like you're blowing slowly through a straw. So you can use your fingers on your one hand to just keep track of how many cycles you are doing. And once you've done 5 fingers on the one hand, that'll mean that you've done that 5 cycles of 12 seconds, which is 1 minute of that relaxed breathing with an increased duration of exhale. Now, if you want to do longer, like if you want to do it up to 5 minutes, then you would just put up 1 finger on the opposite hand and start using the first hand to keep track of your cycles again until you've got 5 fingers on the opposite hand, which will mean that you have been doing this for 5 minutes. So if you are somebody who recognizes that you are frequently stressed, you frequently have a racing heartbeat, you may be having issues with constipation, and you may be having pain issues. Some of these may be indicators that you are in ongoing stress and that sympathetic nervous system is in hyperarousal. You may want to give these tactics a try and see if you can get your parasympathetic nervous system stimulated, hack that vagus nerve, and enjoy decreased heart rate, increased breathing, improved digestion, decreased stress, and decreased pain. So I hope that's helped you. Please feel free to share this with other people in your life who may be dealing with frequent stress and its side effects. And feel free to reach out to me through social media or email info@vitallife-pt.com if you would like further help in this area.